Good evening. Yes, and fellow Toastmasters. I am Toastmaster Vikas Agarwal, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting number 254 of Nitk Bihive Toastmasters Club. I request to switch off your mobile phone or put it on silent mode. I allow 3 seconds. As a Toastmaster, we refrain from any disturbance, so please switch off your mobile phone. As a Toastmaster, we refrain from any discussion on sex, religion, and politics. To refrain from any disturbance, please do not cross talking or entering and leaving the meeting hall when the speaker is delivering his speech. I request to wait for his speech to end. As everyone has a mission in their life to achieve a goal of success, likewise, our Toastmaster Club mission is to to give to his member supportive and positive learning experience, which helps them to grow communication and leadership skill, which helps them with more self-confidence and personal growth. I request please join me in welcoming the Toastmaster, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Bopaya.
Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? As the presiding officer, I declare this meeting open. How much time do you have? Okay with that? Yeah, you want to do it now? I'll do it now. So we have an announcement for the coronation, so I'll let that announcement happen before we get on with our meeting today, okay? Bopaya.
Thanks, Toastmaster Bopaya. And hi, everyone. A very good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank each one of you for giving me this opportunity to come and deliver a kind of a small pitch. I know that it's a very tight-packed agenda. Every Wednesday you guys are doing it, and I wanted to come to your club someday, but not today. But I'll use this 4 minutes of time, not take much of it, just to give a kind of small announcement on the coronation 2025. So before I show you the video, how many of you are aware of this coronation 2025? Salni, I know. Okay, and how many of you have been to the coronation event in past? So you are the one of the best testimonial to have to spread a word of mouth to your team member. But I'll try to just first give a kind of idea what is coronation is all about. So it's the annual conference of district 92 Toastmasters, which happen every year. And here, I believe more than 600 folks across 170 plus club from North Karnataka and Bengaluru participate. And it's a great forum to learn, network, and appreciate our achievement. So in coronation, what happened? You have the division winners which move to the coronation event and they fight for the district championship, and then they qualify for the quarter final event which happened in for the public speaking championship. So this year we have a very big name coming, like what we see in the last year. So this 1 minute video will be more than enough to just give you a flavor. I hope it is equal to team.
Yes.
So, thank you for having your patience. And so this time we are going to have Mohammad Kadani as a speaker. And I would urge you that if you have not done the registration so far, please try to scan the QR code. I will be getting that through the VP membership of your club. You can reach out regarding the QR code for this event. And would encourage all of you to be part of this mega event because it's always good to see the Toastmaster fraternity coming in the event and try to interact with each other. So that was the smallest announcement, and thanks for your time. I will not take much of your time, and thanks to Toastmaster Gopal. Last but not least, the event is on 23rd, 24th, and 25th May in Taj Yaswantpur. The venue is Taj Yaswantpur. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit. So very apt to our theme today: chances, choices, and changes. So we had the time slot allocated for Toastmaster Rohit towards the end of the meeting, but he requested and he took a chance, and we gave him the chance to congratulations.
Thank you. And sorry, I will definitely come to your club next time, but this time I will have tight agenda, so I have to go now. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. This is all the best. Sorry. I live nearby.
Alright, so that was about chance. So they say that you miss 100% of the chances that you do not take. So this is one example that whenever you get a chance, just take it. What are choices? Choices. Life is all about the choices that we make, right? We all have different choices in our life. But the one that we choose is up to us, right? You see a stray dog, you want to feed it, or you don't want to feed it. The choice is yours. But what's going to happen when you feed it? Probably make a new friend. What's going to happen if you don't feed it? Nothing. Both of you move on with your own lives. But there is something positive or something that affects that particular decision that you take. So this is all about choices that we have in our life, and every choice that we make, the choice of friends, the choice of food, so everything that we do in our life depends on the choices. And so are the changes. I'm not sure who was the president who said that. Was it Abraham Lincoln? Be the change that you want to see in the world? No. Is it? All right. Okay. All right, so that's another concept that we have to consciously follow in our lives. We want to see some change around us. We want to see some change within us. It has to start from us. We can't expect somebody else to be that change. So with these three beautiful concepts, the TMOD of the day has come up with such a beautiful theme that gives us time, gives us a moment to think about it and inculcate some of these concepts within our own lives. Um, and before we go ahead with our meeting, I think we have a guest today. I'd like to call you on desk to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I am Madhusudan. Actually, I'm not new to this Scrap. I've already attended quite a few meetings here, and it is a pleasure again to be back here. I just came back day for yesterday to Bangalore, and Anand told me to join him, and I would always love to be here, and be part of this wonderful sessions. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Without further ado, the moment we've been waiting. He's here last time. Okay. So we'll call him later. So without further ado, we have a very special person today who is presenting, who's emceeing our meeting today. She's a Rotarian by heart. She runs her own business. She is very friendly. Whenever you interact with her, she makes you feel at home. She shares her ideas, shares her thoughts. She encourages us a lot. Whenever we're feeling low, just talk to her and you'll feel in spirits. So without further ado, let me welcome TM Modi of the day, Toastmaster PK.
Good evening, friends. Good evening. Are you back from the festive mode? Yes. In a learning mode now? No? That is very bad. You can't sit with the festive mode in Toastmasters Club, isn't it? Pardon? So she might have got it for us. So today's theme I chosen because I apply that 3 C's in my life. I believe that to grow in life, you need to take a chance and make your choice and embrace the change. That is what I believe. If I am standing in front of you today, it is because of that 3 C's. I would like to go back in 80s. First time, a person, I'm a rural girl. Those days I was a girl. Now also I believe that I'm a girl. So being a rural girl, my opening towards the world was very limited. The radio and the teachers around you and the village, what? There is no knowledge I have. Suddenly I got married to a man who is working in the northern side of India. I heard in social studies that north, but I don't know where it is, what it is. From there, I am moving to a European country. No language I know. Little bit of Hindi I can speak. English, little bit I know now. Those days nothing. What is your name if somebody asks me? My name is, I will try to form a sentence. That is what school they teach you, right? I won't be able to tell them, I am Prasanna Kumari. No. So that is the way I was. And when we moved to Germany, on a winter morning, my husband, Muralidharan, was telling me, go to the bank, deposit the check, went to the ATM, get money. Going to the bank, who don't know the language, they don't speak English. But I thought, it's a chance for me to interact with the locals. I held my 3-year-old son's hand. I went to the bank. I was looking around, everywhere white. But suddenly, maybe my luck, there is somebody in a, little British skin. Either a Sri Lankan or an Indian. I'm sure of that because of their features. And I was like, panicky inside. But I was putting my confidence, pretending that I'm confident. He came forward to me, seeing me, and I was quite young, in my 20s. Then he asked me. I said, sir, you don't tell me everything, you just tell me is the same process how in Indian bank we do. He said, yes, but I'll give an English form to fill. I did all those formalities, went to the ATM, collected money and walking back to my house. It is very closer. Then I thought, I got a chance. Now it is my time to make a choice what I want to do. And the change has to be accepted. Otherwise, you cannot survive there. And being in the drilling background, he is always not there for a week at home. So I have to embrace all this. So I said, yes, go ahead. And I'm not a person, I won't be ashamed to ask people if I don't know anything. I will go to them. If they know the language, I'll tell them. I don't know, can you please help me? Even if I was scared of road crossing, I will ask the next person, can you hold my hand because I end up in a surgery, so can you hold my, I don't know him. My husband used to ask me, hi, you know him? I said, no, but I need a help in that moment. I cannot wait to know a person will come, rescue me and help me to cross the road. No. So I always applied these 3 C's in my life. And that made me stand here. And I think in 1924, someone thought of these 3 C's. His name is Ralph Smedley, who thought of it. How can I help the world? So he understood that this is required in the world. And the result is in front of us. We all are sitting today as Toastmasters, are known as Toastmasters because of it. In 1924, imagine, 100 years back, he thought of it, and 145 countries spread, and 16,000 plus clubs, closer to 4 lakh members all around. So, don't you think that it is because of all three C's we all are together here today? And to the guests to understand, our meeting is designed in such a way that there is prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. Prepared speech, a person come here, he has a specified subject which he is chosen, and he will come and present his speech. And there are few pillars of our roles in a meeting. Every meeting we have few roles which has to be taken, and I will ask all the role takers to explain their roles. Timer, please. Thank you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Now, our counter.
Well, I am there to help to look for all the crutch words, there was the pillars. It may be good for you when you give the speech, but for the audience, it serves there and they are not able to follow very clearly. Like oh, all these crutch words, I'm going to look for it, and then at the end of the meeting, when the calls me, you whoever use those words for my times. Have a good one. Thank you.
Now I would like to ask the grammarian.
Within my knowledge, whatever I know about grammar,
General evaluator. Thank you. First, there is 2 prepared speeches today. So I will first introduce the evaluator for Toastmaster Anand, who is giving his Santosh ji is first. Okay. Sorry. So Santosh ji, Rashmi, oh, Ramdas is not there. Okay. So I will introduce the evaluator for Santosh ji, who is a hardcore Toastmaster, but nowadays she is like an Eid ki Chand. and she is a Rotarian too, always smiling, energetic, and enthusiastic. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Rashmi.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to give the evaluations purpose of the speech for Toastmasters for the next speaker. The purpose of this project for the member is to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring, also to share some aspects of the previous experience as a prodigy. And the time limit, timer noted, it is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi. Now let us welcome the backbone of Nitk Bihive, the energetic, enthusiastic singer, and he who never leave any of us without a laugh every meeting, something or other. And he thinks that With chance and choices, marriage happens and everything changes after that. That is what he thinks, right? So let us welcome our own Toastmaster Santosh Kejriwal with a big round of applause to deliver his speech.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster of the day. You got a good height. Good evening to all of you. Okay, first let me touch upon today's theme. I got a chance to witness a Toastmasters meeting early 2019. I liked that structure and how the meeting was held. Then I had two choices. Either I join a club or start one. What did I do? Start one. So I chose the second one. And once that happened, then changes started automatically happening. So as far as today's theme is concerned, this is a slight sneak peek into how it came to formation. Moving forward, before joining Toastmasters, I had never heard of these two words. Which are those words? Mentee and prodigy. Can you believe this? My English was so poor, still it is, that these two words had never come across. Who else had not come across these two words before joining Toastmasters? Anyone with me? Or I'm standing, huh? You already heard of this. Good. I stand out in the crowd then. That's a good. Now, after joining Toastmasters, the very first meeting, November 12th, 2019, yes, that was the first meeting. So we had DTM, Umesh Bhatt, Prabhakaram, Pradeep Menon, and a few more people from Beacon Communication Club. So they all told us how it was one of the meetings conducted. And next meeting onwards, they started mentoring. So my first mentors were these three Toastmasters, DTM Umesh Bhatt, Prabhakara and Pradeep Menon. They actually taught me how a sergeant should start a meeting. The power in his voice should be there. How we can connect the theme in introducing the presiding officer. Because we have to introduce the presiding officer week after week. Isn't it? That's a difficult task. Same thing, you cannot do it. So you have to come up with something creative. So they taught me how to take the theme and work on that. So I was a chartered SA for Nitk, and I did my job pretty well. They also helped me in shaping my speeches, how I should open a speech, either with a question or a phrase or something humor to catch the audience attention. Then the body and how I should conclude it. Evaluation technique also they taught me, it should be a sandwich method. So initial 6 months, I learned many of the tricks from these three boys, I'll call them, because they're very energetic, all three of them. Though they were 70 plus, they're very energetic. 6 months later, I did not have any dedicated mentor with me. I used to go to any one of those three. And after that, it is by sheer concentration and active listening that I started developing the skill set that is required for communications. So even today, I practice this. Each and every person sitting here is a mentor to me even today. Whenever you take up a role and perform, whether it be a speech or a timer or a pointer, I focus on that, I concentrate on that. And I pick up some good points. That basically you need an open mind and then open ears also to grasp all these things. Once you start doing this, I don't think you'll require a mentor also to assist you. You will learn by yourself. Here in Toastmasters, I did learn about all these arts and skill sets. Flashback, leadership skills. Before I joined Rotary in 2012, I was a simple person leading my life peacefully, no goals, no visions, nothing. But after I joined Rotary, I was pushed into taking up some leadership roles. I became the club service director, the vocational service director, community service, internet services. In Rotary, my mentors were Rotary Jitendra Aneja, who was always behind me, who always helped me a lot. Naval Kishore Saraf was there, B.K. Krishnamurti was there, and many of them. So they all helped me. But no one actually mentored me. They all advised me and guided me. Mentoring was not a part of that. In Rotary, they call it as trainers. But what a leader should do, how he should perform, that I learned from those people. Who is a leader? What I learned now. 2, 3 quick points I'll just tell you. A leader is not a boss. A boss can never be a leader. A leader is one who owns the mistakes done by his organization members, but let the member take the ownership of the success. A leader is one who is easily approachable, and so on. There are lots of things. So with these few things, how I learned, how I was mentored, today you and I mentored many of them, and I learned along the way with them also. As a sign off, what would I like to tell all of you is, keep an open mind, have your ears open, listen to each and every one, whether they're talking in a Toastmaster meeting or even gossiping. You can pick up you can pick up many things. Just one word, one sentence. One word, one sentence, you pick and apply that. I think it will benefit all of you a lot. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Santoshi, for a powerful speech. Let us give him one big round of applause because the way he spoke about mentoring, which we also face here in Toastmasters. So now the second speaker is Toastmaster Anand Ramchandra. Before inviting him, I would like to invite the evaluator, Toastmaster Shalini, a poised, energetic, enthusiastic person with abundance of knowledge about Toastmasters specifically, and a trainer. She believes that chances and choices is lead to a great change.
Thank you, the energetic TMOD, for this evening, Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari. So my target speaker is he's taken the path dynamic leadership, and he's attempting the project L2P2. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. All the best to the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shalini. Let's welcome the energetic, enthusiastic, and visionary, a civil engineer by profession, Toastmaster Anand Ramchandra, who believes it is not by chance you take choices and changes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Prasanna ji, and thank you, Toastmaster Shalini, for the introduction. Dora, आज शाम को कहाँ पहुँचना है? And this man in his clear and great voice, जी साहब, आज शाम को श्रीनगर पहुँचना है. Dora, अगर साहब को गोली लग गया, क्या करना है? So the Dogras would turn around and say, साहब को कंधे पे उठा के श्रीनगर पहुँचना है. This is the story in the military. This comes from 1947 when India was attacked, and the major who was leading the Dogra regiment was telling the Dogras the mission statement, clear, precise. Today evening we have to take Srinagar, and in case the Saab is hit, what is to be done? Put him on his shoulder and ensure that you are in Srinagar today evening. That is autocratic leadership. And that, my dear gentlemen, that is how military works. Leadership may be in different forms, different styles. Some may be transactional, some may be bureaucratic, some may be autocratic, some may be visionary. But at the end of the day, a leader should know the way, should go the way, and should show the way. I'll tell you another story from, again, from the army regiment. You know, I am a civil engineer. I have many engineers working for me. And if I tell my engineers, okay, your house is in Jainagar 3rd block, but the project is in Dorbulapur, and you will have to travel there every day and see that the project is executed. The fellow says, sir, 30 kilometers, how can I go? Sir, it is so hot out there. I can't go in a two-wheeler. I want a cab. So each of them have their problems. But tell me, my dear Toastmasters, how do you take a man to go into the battle knowing very well that he will not come back? When he goes up there and says, when the major says, today we have to capture Tololing Height for evening. By afternoon, we should have taken out this fellow. Otherwise, the other company which is coming from the other direction will be annihilated. How do you do it? How do you make people go up there, give their life, put their family's future on the threshold of disaster? NDA shows the way. They have narratives. The leadership is built around a narrative. And in NDA, where the parade happens, it is called as the Second Lieutenant Ketrapal's place. He is a 24-year-old officer who was killed in a battle and who got Paramir Chakra. And there the drill ustads say, GC, GC means gentleman cadet. GC, जब एनडीए में तुम आगे केजरीवाल की जगह पे हो और यहाँ पे तुम ऐसा स्टॉप करते हो, तो मिसौरी में हनीमून करने वाला कपल को मालूम होना चाहिए कि एनडीए में एक लोहा फौज हो रहा है. Indian Army works like that. It is all about narratives. It is about inspiring. It is about inculcating your patriotism. It may be bureaucratic. It may be autocratic. It may be transactional. It may be visionary. But the end result is achieve the goal. That is the main thing. Coming to my own experience, of course, I'm not a soldier. Again, I'm just another Rotarian who led a club. We had some deadlines to meet, and I had people giving me reasons why things don't work. So at some point of time, I had to call their bluff and say, either you deliver in 2 days, or you are going to get out of the place. So this man came back and said, listen, I seem to have developed dark spots in my eye. There's no way I'm able to go there. I need another 2 days. I didn't have the time. I didn't have those 2 days to allow him to go there. I had to take a call then and there and say, stand down, please. I'm going to have the next man coming in there to take it over and deliver. So there was a lot of hue and cry saying that we have paid an advance to him. We need to see that this man goes there and work. I said collecting the advance is one of our problems. We will do it. But this man with his blind eye is not getting into a lake area and work there. Sorry, thank you so much. Out. And we got another man in who could get the job done. So again, my dear gentlemen, leadership is all about standing alone, having the confidence in taking decisions, having empathy with your team, knowing the way, going the way, and showing the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. What a strong speech, powerful speech, I should say. Let's give a big round of applause to him. I think all his army cousins, including Madhusudan sir, influenced him to deliver this speech today. Wonderful, Anand.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. So now this is the time to tighten your thinking shoes and get ready. I would like to invite Toastmaster Meghna, who is very new in this club, but every week I'm seeing that she's taking roles. And I'm very proud to have her in my buddy team and welcome you.
Thank you, Kumari.
No debate, it is decided.
Good evening. As we all know, the only constant in life is the change. The change can happen either by chance or by choice. The changes bring new experiences in our life. Today's table topic section will revolve around this thought. For the understanding of guest, table topic session is the impromptu speaking opportunities where we invite everyone to participate and speak about a topic for a particular time. The time allotted is 2 minutes to each speaker. With this, I invite you all to participate for table topic session. That is the most exciting part of this meeting. So who is going to take a chance first to be a volunteer to, yes? See, either you have a choice, yes. You have a chance, I'll take a choice to select the volunteer. So Sunil, so, see, when you take first initiative, you never know what surprises you will come up with. So, let's see what surprise you will get. Yeah, you can choose one. What's one chance you wish you had taken?
Thank you, TTM.
Thank you.
Nice topic. What is one chance I wish I should have taken or could have taken? One chance I think I kind of regret and should have taken is maintaining this. Just out of college, was wondering what should I do next in life. I got it. I started walking around the staircase, spirally going down continually without a bottom. I knew I was not running my mind right. I knew I had to change something, but that was not going through, and I got into depression. And with depression and not sure what to do next, post graduation crisis, and crisis in life, depression was going faster than controllable. And this was going even faster than the depression. At 21, I started losing hair crazily. I wish I could have maintained my hair earlier in childhood because I never oiled my hair as a young kid. Probably I could have had hair had I made that choice of allowing my mom to apply oil. So this hair fall as a change would have gotten delayed a few more years. So this is one chance and choice, which I was in a dilemma as a young kid. I didn't know I'll face this as a consequence of the choices I took. So it certainly ruined my poise over a decade, because many of my friends who are my age, they look much younger owing to hair fall. Over to you, Titian.
Thank you. Though it was like by chance it happened, but you look smart in bald.
Yes.
The people with the bald, they look very smart. They are like in the crowd recognizable. So who's going to take? Oh, okay, fine. So as you have taken a first chance, there is a surprise for you. So who want to take next chance? You never know what surprise you will get it from me. Anyone? Yes, please. Yes. Yeah, please. For you? If you were given a chance to switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be? Yes. If you were given a chance to switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
Given a chance to switch my life with someone, who would it be for a day?
I remember Anil Kumar of Nayak movie. Where he got one day for get a Prime Minister. Yeah, so you can think what
Thank you, Toastmasters.
Meghna.
Meghana. Okay. Hi everyone, this is Vinod here. Uh, I don't have much, but I have one of my very uh, aspirational. It's like I want to be change a life, being the thankful person. So my mom's mom, I guess in English we call grandma only to my mom's mom also. She passed away, and we are thankful to a family, Mahindra Group, Darla Parivar, Mysore. So there is a lady who supported my mom's mom in her financial crisis. She came up with a very beautiful letter, a lady whom we have seen grown from bottom with so many efforts and all. She have maintained her children's. My mama all did very great enough. My maternal uncle, I mean to say, they have done great in their life. They were happy that they have did great in their life. And this letter makes me feel that if I have to change life with someone, I want to be them and make a gratitude to anyone whom I can. Thank you.
Thank you. So shall I make a choice or you will take a chance? If I'll make a choice, no surprise. If you'll make a chance, some surprise. Please come. Any chance taken by you led to a surprising outcome.
One day, I was called by my son's class teacher. I was little panicked. Generally, in my days, when my teacher used to call my parents, so I, I knew it that today evening I'm going to get a thrashing by my parents because I was the most wicked person in my class. I was always with the mischievous doings, all these things. So same thing I got when my class teacher, the class teacher of my son, called me to meet her. I went with a very dramatic that I will be like, oh no, no, sorry, ma'am, he won't do it like this. And it was just playing in my mind. I went to her. She came all of a sudden and she was she gave me such a surprising laughing smile. Oh, Vikasji, your son is a gem of a person. How could I explain what type of things he does for the class? He's so helpful, so good in studies. And she went on praising. Went on. I thought maybe now it will come. Now it will come. It went on like that. Then he said, "Just I want to call you for a day. We are going to give him a certificate for all the best of things because the class is coming to end. That's why just to give you an invitation, I have called you." So this is the thing which I thought something else, but it was something different, and it made a day for me. I still remember that day, but yeah, the same thing it goes on with my son. Always the teacher calls me to uh, praise him. Even with my daughter also, the same thing happens. Both my kids are blessed. Their teacher calls them for the good things they do in the class. Thank you.
पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा.
Yes.
How about your father-in-law?
So now I'll make a choice. Can I call Madhusudan? If you could go back in time and change one choice, what would it be?
Very interesting. I think most of us, must have come through such a situation. What I can only think of is probably, if I have to go back, probably my choice of a career would have been different. At that particular time when I chose a career, uh, it was, it just came up spontaneously. Spontaneously means that we were in the final year of graduation, and like many of us during our time, we sit for all competitive exams because our friends are also sitting for the same competitive exams, and we actually really do not know where to go. We did not know where to go. I'm talking of few years back, because now things are different. Now the children and all that are smarter. They know what they have to do. But at our time, I think it was, just something which comes in front of you and you choose a career. So probably what I feel is that if probably I have given a chance to go back, I will think and change my career. Would have changed my career to be a sportsman. That is one thing which I could not pursue because I was good in sports, but I could not pursue because of my career. And so now, now I am a retired person. So being a retired person, I've got nothing to do. So probably I thought that if I would have been a sports person, probably I would have continued myself, coaching and giving my expert comments in today's scenario, how it works. So that is what I feel. And anyway, no regrets, but definitely this would have been one of my choices.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Still you get a chance. Still, you can participate in sports. There is no time for all these learnings. Yeah. Shall I call Chandrasekhar? Yeah.
Can change now.
If you can change one thing about yourself, what it would be?
If I would like to change one thing about myself is to change my habit of procrastination, which is I think something very common problem, but I have also. So I would have taken most of the decisions much earlier, including the joining Toastmasters and improving my communication skills. So like that, every part of my life, I have a habit of procrastination by preparing too much for that whatever the goal I have set. Instead of taking immediate step or taking preparing to some extent and then jumping into the action. So I prepare a lot, I overthink, or I will do a lot of the data collection, information collection before taking any decisions. But after going through many aspects of personality improvement or maybe daily, I mean, improving the procrastinations, I came to know many lessons saying that too much preparation, too much the putting thoughts and overthinking is not a way of overcoming the procrastination. So that we have to take action, split the break the problems into or the break the goal into multiple tasks and take each step as immediately as possible. So that the steps taken will give you a lot of way and a lot of push to you, your decisions, your actions, so that your the curve of achieving the goal or solving the problem will be much sharper than preparing and wasting time for overcoming the
So good, you came to know on time and now you can make
yeah,
changes
I
in
have
your
done the
life.
change at this age. I have joined Toastmasters.
One more, please, sir. You are coming? Yeah. Chandrasekhar. Junior and senior. I mean to say, the person who joined. If you could take a chance and try something new without fear of failure, what it would be?
Bungee jumping. I would love to do that. I still had last holidays on Christmas. I went along with my family members to Pondicherry. That there is two ropes are tied, and that person pushes you. It was such a thrilling experience, you believe me. I enjoyed to the last thing, and it was so scary in the beginning. I was not scared about me, but I was more scared about my wife. How would she take? But when she crossed it, I also became strong and said, if she can do it, definitely I can also do it. Now, my target which has come now is to try and do bungee jump. So, I'm just waiting for a good opportunity somewhere which will take me to that place and kill me out of the fear of heights and fall from the heights. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next time, take us also. We will see you, but we'll not do. So, is there any time or we have a time? Can I take one more? Okay, so who want to take a chance or I take a choice? Please come.
With the chip?
Okay.
I'll wait for you.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? It's over. Oh, sorry. Take one. Let's have something different. Some change.
So no topic for
No. Okay, I'll take.
I'll go with the first one only.
No, it's okay. Can I want to.
There is no topic for me. It's okay, I'll go with the first.
No, 1 second.
Just give one random topic.
Okay.
Just give one random topic.
Okay, this any chance taken by you, again same thing, led to a surprising outcome. Yeah, done, it's done.
Which one should I pick in the done two things?
Whichever
First one
you
or second?
I give a topic.
Okay. Sir, in the interest of time, I'll go with the second topic. Can you repeat once? Any chance that I have taken?
Yeah, led to a surprising.
Led to a surprise. Okay, this is my favorite question. The biggest chance that I took was to decide to become an entrepreneur. This was 2019 in the month of March. I was thoroughly bored of the place that I was going to work because there were no new changes, no new ideas that generated in that place. Of course, I enjoyed with my students there, but I decided this is not what I want to become my entire life. 2019, come March, I resigned and I said bye bye to the place. People looked at me looked at me with shocked expressions, and they said, "You are going into a black hole. This is not something you should be doing because you have a great career here." I said, "It's okay. I will still make a great career for myself." Decided to become an entrepreneur, registered my company, and then COVID struck. That was the time I thought maybe this was not the chance I should have taken, but something inside me, the fire in the belly that they say, kept me going. I did 2 years complete online sessions, training and coaching. All were online participants. Imagine you sitting in front of the system the whole day and doing only online trainings. But my dear friends, this was the chance that I repeatedly say as a success story, which is if you go out of your comfort zone, you definitely make good choices for yourself. Today, I can proudly say I have a team and I'm able to coach them well, mentor them well. They're also doing well. We've got a lot of assignments in the upcoming year to do. But this is something which I would like to give credit to myself that that was a kind of vision that I thought that this will definitely work for me. So push yourself out of your comfort zone. You never know, be it COVID or anything else, you just have to keep going. You all believe in the thought, right? Never say give up attitude, right? Never give up attitude. That kind of a feeling I felt, and I feel that that is something which has worked for me even today. I think offbeat thinkers are a lot in this room. There are many examples and inspirations I can draw from all of you, but this was the chance I took, and it has paid me rich dividends. Over to you.
We can see the confidence in the chance which you have taken and
There was small fundamental error in that answer.
surprising.
Surprising is okay. But what is going
Oh, that general ability is there. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna, for a powerful session, which was wonderful. And you have given chances to everyone. Thank you very much. Now, let us give a big round. What is the time me to invite the general evaluator? Let us see what she has to say. The smiley, powerful, knowledgeable, and energetic Nimisha, Toastmaster Nimisha.
Thank you so much, Madam Tiyomudi, for your kind words. Good evening, everyone. All right. In a Toastmasters meeting, the general evaluator does three things. First, observes the proceedings of the meeting. Second, notes down instances of preparation, organization, delivery, and the areas of improvement. And third, apprises everyone of the same. That's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. So we will dive straight into this segment, and we'll begin with the evaluation segment. I'd like to invite the first evaluator to please present her report for speaker number one, that is Toastmaster Rashmi. Let's all please give her a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster Santosh sir. Your speech was very interesting. They did match the topic. Can you believe it? Because I could not believe that you were not aware of mentors and prodigies till you got into Toastmasters. So yes, the topic was very relevant, how you chose it. Going through the sandwich method, some of the good things what you mentioned were how you connected with the audience and how you talked about the trainer in the Rotary and the Toastmasters mentee, how you connected with them, that showed your ambition in mentoring. And you also talked about your previous experience as a prodigy. About 6 months, you had 3 DTMs, every role, how you were mentored. And you said after 6 months, you did not have any dedicated mentors. So you talked to everyone. It was, so purpose was completely captured. Going by the criteria what we have to evaluate. I think all the clarity in the speeches were very well articulated. You were very comfortable here, and the interest what you showed, whether you had goals in the beginning, you did not have goals, but as soon as you took up the leadership roles as a trainer, you got into roles, and then finally as a mentor, how much you learned, open ears, you had a message. So opening, body, and ending was beautiful. And coming back to what you can improve, probably only a couple of things. One, maybe you can have dialogues. That is something which I've never seen you try, so I would want you to try that. That can give a little bit of different voice modulation. That was one thing. And the second thing, you were just standing holding the table. I think you can make a couple of gestures. That was the only thing. But other than that, as a summary, I think it was really good and an awesome speech. I learned a lot, and I've marked all these things as a message was open, mind, ears open, even in gossiping. You can hear a sentence or two and benefit. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashmi, for that evaluation. I love the fact that you demonstrated active listening because you were able to repeat many aspects from Santos's speech. Normally, when you're not paying attention, you tend to forget those facts. So you did that beautifully well. The only two suggestions I have for you, Rashmi, as an evaluator, next time onwards, perhaps when you're calling out what the speaker did well, you can say the first thing, the second thing, and the third thing, just the way you did for scope areas of improvement. Because to me, it felt like there was no takeaway in the like the good things that the speaker did, right? Like how am I supposed to remember these are the top two things someone did well, right? And the second aspect is when you are recommending to the speaker that maybe you could do some voice modulation, perhaps give them an example. What was it in the speech where you felt there could be a voice modulation? Can you demonstrate that to the speaker? But fabulous evaluation. Let's give her a round of applause for her. And Santosh sir, I concur with the evaluator, so no further inputs from me. All right, we'll move on to the next evaluator to evaluate the second speaker, that is Toastmaster Shalini. Let's all please give her a round.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nimisha. Good evening, everyone. My target speaker, Toastmaster Anand. The quote that suits for your speech really well today is vision without execution is hallucination. Let me talk about the three good things that were really interesting in your speech. Number one is the purpose. You started off with a bang, a high impact role play that was extremely engaging because it connected with the audience and I saw all eyes were on you. You explained the different styles of leadership. I would call it explanation, which were autocratic, democratic, freestyle. And you also explained the fact of how leadership is shown in executing the project. A leader should always know the way, go the way, show the way. Those were some wonderful sentences. Let's talk about the preparation, which is your structure. You spoke about the fact that leadership is built around narratives. And you had this very poignant question. How do you show leadership towards a person when you know that he's going to the war front and he's never going to come back? And that is built on narratives. You can still motivate a person to go to the war and fight the battle there, knowing very well that life has no guarantee, but you can still motivate the person using the motivational style of leadership, which is through narratives. The third thing is the pragmatic approach. The connect between the leadership shown in army during the worst of times and keeping it intact with modern day leadership, I thought that was a brilliant eye opener for all of us. Now, if you want this good speech to go to a greater level, I have some suggestions for you. Number one is the project is understanding leadership style, which towards the end of the speech, I found that they were very generally mentioned. I would have loved to hear some of your stories because you keep posting a lot of interesting stories in our WhatsApp group about all your successes, right? So I thought one story out of that could have come showing your leadership style. Which one? Yeah, but that was very, I'm just coming to that. The second thing is
The vocal variety, when you did the role play, was very interesting because the characters were very well placed. You positioned yourself very interestingly on the left side as well as the right side. But then when it came to the content of the speech, it was quite fast paced and all the important points were covered, I would say, in a rush because they needed to be a little more discussed and explained in detail. That was something which I found was a little missing. The last thing is the message. In the end, I wanted to know what is the message you want to give to the audience because all the different styles of leadership that you mentioned, empathetic style of leadership, democratic style of leadership, it all went in a little generalized way. What is the question that you want to ask the audience? That leadership styles depend on the situation, or do you want to tell them that should everyone become leaders? What is the takeaway message for all of us? Or is leadership a mandatory thing to do for each human being? So, in summarization, I would say a good speech that began with a bang, loaded with examples from life. A little work on the consistency of vocal variety, more personalized success stories, better explanation, and a strong takeaway message. All the best to the speaker.
All right, that was a fabulous and a very detailed evaluation by Toastmaster Shalini. Toastmaster Shalini, of course, it's very difficult for anybody to stand here and give you any kind of feedback because you are so detail oriented. The only one thing, I mean, it was a fabulous evaluation. The only one thing, because you are going to the division level as an evaluation contestant, that I can think of you, when you call out the positives of a speaker, just the way you did in the areas of improvement, can you tell the audience what was that positive that will also help the audience? Like, why did you think it was a positive and how it will help the audience? If you can give that in 1 or 2 max sentences, it's going to drive more impact. Right, but really well, very well structured and very well detailed. So let's give it a round of applause. Again, Toastmaster Anand, no further inputs because that was really a very well established evaluation, so no further inputs. I would now like to invite my tag role players to give their reports. So for the timer report, let's invite Toastmaster Chandar.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and I am very proud to say that none of the participants have exceeded their time limit. And it was very well conveyed. The messages were very well conveyed. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Is it disqualified?
Maybe crossed out, please.
No, the time taken by the timer to give it or did not qualify.
Indeed, it was a short, sweet, and crisp report, but then I will blame the team for it because all of you were on time. So the timer cannot help it. Right? But Toastmaster Chandar, I just want to call out initially, I love the way you introduced the role of a timer, that little nugget about the importance of time you gave in the beginning. That was wonderful. So that is like showing you step out a little bit out of your typical role and you tell the audience why is timing so important. I really love that. Um, uh, just a couple of things I thought initially that you could do well, because you've probably been cutting down the timer's role a little too much. When you call out the time, because we have guests in the room, it would be nice at that point if you can demonstrate the cards and call out the timing also. Like for speeches, it's 5 to 7 minutes. For table topics, it's this many minutes. That will help the guests also understand the structure better. And the other thing I just observed about you was that when speakers were talking, whether they were table topics or the prepared speakers, you were showing the cards, you were looking down. What you should ideally do is that you should make sure that the speaker sees the card that you're putting up. I know you kept it displayed like right till the end, but it will just be a little bit more mindful if you could do that. But fabulous, like a very crisp report, so thank you so much.
All right, so we have someone who's double hatting today. The R counter, Toastmaster Vikash. Let's all please welcome him.
All were very smart, except our guests, because they are new to the system. They were giving all the sixes, fours, everything, all sides. So Chandrasekhar sir, we have to please have a look into this name. Madhusudan sir, you too, following him. And our stars, Papaya and Rashmi ma'am, you two need to have a check on our thing, both of you. 8, 8.
Toastmaster Vikash, thank you so much for again presenting the report in a very crisp way. I want to start off by telling you, first of all, I laud you that when you were explaining your role of the R counter, you began very confidently and you were really enthusiastic. So, very well done. You explained the role of the R counter really well. However, here are some of the takeaways, if you may, right? When you came and presented the report here, honestly, I was left a little confused about, first of all, who are you talking about? You started off by saying that everyone was very good except our guest. And then you spoke something and then suddenly you took Chandrasekhar's name. So I was confused, who are you talking about? And then you said the stars of the show, Bopaya Rashmi. It confused me. Like, are you applauding them or are you giving out the areas of improvement? So be a little bit more clear in the way you are giving out that report. Also, the other thing is when you're explaining the report, now what does an R counter really do? Is the R counter just about counting crutch words, that is No, it's not. R counter has to keep track of the crutch words, has to keep track of filler words. What are filler words? Filler words like you know, you see, things like that, and overused words. There were a couple of instances today where some speakers said and, you know, those are overused words, right? So please make sure that you know your role very well and that you express it as clearly as possible, because we're all here to improve ourselves, so we should have that taken. Right? So that was but a fabulous job. Let's give him all right, and finally, we have our grammarian who is going to explain his report to us. Toastmaster Shrikant, let's give him
Good evening, everybody. Sergeant and Tom started with, he repeated certain words. Then Toastmaster of the day, Prasanna Kumari, she explained beautifully the theme of the day and also the word of the day. But for everybody, for most of the people, she said energetic, probably. They are all energetic, I'm sure that, but probably different word could have been used for different people. Santoshji, the first speaker of the day, he used the theme very well. He also used the word of the day, but none of the other people used the word poised. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Even Prasanna Kumar used it very well, in a very graceful manner, poised. Santoshji speech was very good, but that usual humor was lacking today. That's what I felt. It was more serious, more talking about his particular concentrated on this thing. But the usual sense of humor, which we expect from him, was missing too. That's my observation. Probably it's the evaluation part of it, not a grammatical lesson, but still I'm just telling you. But very confident. The word that he used, active listening, open your mind, open your ears. And his memory was fabulous. He even remembers the names of those mentors and all those things. And repeating it here is very welcome. Anand, the second speaker, he used a lot of Hindi words. Of course, it was contextual, but generally in the Toastmaster this thing, we avoid using other languages. This is my I know it's a contextual. It's a contextual. I'm just telling you, it's a contextual, and you also give the translation of that. He also explained certain words about the leadership, which already been explained by the evaluator. And there are a lot of humor in your speech compared to the earlier speaker. Standing alone capacity and all the certain words, your decision making, all those were explained very well. Toastmaster table topic master Sunil was, as usual, humorous and stick to the subject and going very well. Toastmaster Shalini repeated some of the words. Nimisha was good. All the other speakers were good in their grammar. With whatever limited knowledge I got in my English, I've given my observation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shrikant. I want to first of all applaud you that when you were asked to introduce your role again, you were very short and crisp with explaining your role. I do understand that these are your first few instances of taking up the role of a grammarian, so I do have a couple of suggestions for you. So you may please sit down, please. So the first thing is for you to really understand the role of a grammarian. What does a grammarian really do? What is a grammarian's role? It is, of course, to keep track of all the good usages and the areas of improvement, and also to introduce the word of the day and give an example of how it is used. So those are some things you should talk about when you are asked to introduce your role. And when you come and give your report over here, sir, the very first expectation is to start off on a positive note. So you can start by note like all the good usages that you have noted down. You can start with that and then you can move on to the areas of improvement. The other thing I want to make a suggestion about, sir, is that you don't have to call out names of anyone when you are giving your report. Just say that these were the good usages, some of the very good words or phrases that I heard in the meeting tonight, and here are the areas of improvement, and give those recommendations. What about it you found was wrong that people should improve? So that's your role, and I'm pretty sure next time you'll do it very well. So let's give it a round. All right, now I'm going to be very quick. Now let me just start with the other role takers. Of course, we'll start off with our SAA Toastmaster Vikash. First of all, every week you come here, sir, and you are getting really good with your role. I really want to laud you that today particularly you are very confident. You make sure you come here, stand here, and 7 p.m. dot you start the meeting. I love the poised posture also today you gave when you began the meeting, and you started clapping so everyone like knows that okay, the meeting is going to start. I also love the fact that you connected the mission and vision of Toastmasters with calling out certain general goals that people have in life. So really well done. I commend you for that. Certain things, however, Toastmaster Vikash, because you are the official SAA, you have to call out the 3 golden rules every now and then, right? So, like I do observe this, if minor glitches happen today, of course, you were more confident, but minor glitches you tend to forget. So make sure that you know you're very well versed with the 3 rules. If need be, practice it before the meeting as many number of times as you want, so that you come here and you clearly, crisply call out the 3 golden rules. All right, that's the only suggestion I have for you. Really well done. The presiding officer tonight, Toastmaster Bopaya. I love the fact, like you are of course a very good speaker yourself. You came here, you greeted the audience, you opened the meeting wonderfully. I love that you connected the theme to those stories about the dog and you know that leadership quote you gave. It was a fabulous address. I would say like a crisp, fabulous address. And I also love the fact that you had a wonderful introduction for the TMOD. So in terms of performing your role as a presiding officer, it was really very well done. The only couple of suggestions I have for you, one thing I think that you forgot to do was that the MOM that we generally approve, that was not called out. Of course, you introduced one guest. However, even though we have repeat guests, it will be nicer if you can introduce all the guests together. And maybe you can have a little bit more enthusiasm, Toastmaster Bobe, because I know that people look forward to, your speeches. So if you can just be a little more enthusiastic when you say good evening, like say good evening everyone, that will create like a different impact, right? And when you introduce the TMOD, I think one thing that everyone keeps forgetting in our club is to applaud. So maybe you can encourage the audience to give a round of applause so that the TMOD feels welcomed and comes here with that enthusiasm. Those are my only feedback to you. So, but really well done. Let's give both SK and all right, I come to the TMOD. Last but not the least, maybe I'll just talk about the table topic master, Toastmaster Meghna. Week after week, you're surprising us. You're really surprising us with, you're just, I don't have words for you really. I was so impressed with your preparation level. Honestly, table topics is a segment which gives butterflies, in my stomach. But with a smiling Toastmaster like you, all that fear, everything was just, out of the way. I love the way you began the table topics with that quote. You connected to the theme. You reiterated it for the guests, what a table topic segment is, what the timings are. I love that enthusiasm with which you invited everyone to participate. You read out the topics and also you summarized after every topic after people spoke, right? So in terms of performance of your duties, you were flawless, perfect. Just minor here and there, some suggestions for you, Meghna. One of it was I felt some of your topics were really long, like it would take a while. I could see some of us were sitting there, like trying to recall what you asked. So perhaps try to keep your topics a little crisp so that we can understand. And if you have long topics, maybe you can read it out twice. One of the guests asked you to repeat it, so maybe you can repeat the topic twice. Yes, and I think just that minor glitch towards the end, perhaps you can be a little bit more organized. I think some topic had to be repeated, but fabulous job. Okay, and the last but not the least, we come to the TMOD, Toastmaster PK. Oh my God. Again, I was really absolutely floored today, Toastmaster Prasanna, by your performance. You were so energetic. You had a strong opening. You were interactive. You started by asking us all a question. What I loved, one thing about you was that you were so well prepared, so crisp, to the point. I know the effort you put in to become the TMOD this time, and that's an example you've set for all of us, very high standards. Love the way in terms of performance of your role, everything was flawless, very good. Minor suggestions for you. Perhaps when you're introduced, I've always observed you come and you stand so close to the table and your arms are always like this. So maybe just take a step back because that will convey a lot more confidence. Yeah, a little bit what I thought, like, you were so good going in the flow, but right after the introduction of tag role takers, you hurried a little bit to start off with the prepared speeches segment. So maybe that's something you can avoid. And also, you can maybe, if time allows, you can have introductions for the evaluators also. That's the only thing I thought missed out. Like I missed out. Oh, you had introductions. I'm sorry. Maybe I missed it. Sorry. And you can also announce the speech titles. I think that was missing. But overall, I think I want to also applaud our entire team here because I feel with every week, I feel the energy and enthusiasm is growing in the club. So a big round of applause to us.
Thank you so very much. What a wonderful evaluation, general evaluation. Thank you so very much. Toastmaster Nimisha, thank you. Thank you once again. It was wonderful. So now we are reaching the end of the session. I believe poise is grace under pressure and confidence in every step. I request all of you to do the voting for the roles, and I think all of you got the message in mobile. can say. Others. So I would like to hand over the mic to our presiding officer of the day with a message. Life is a cycle of choices, chances, and changes. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Tia Modi. That was a wonderful insane session today, and we all thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure everyone agrees. With that, I think it was a wonderful session today, a wonderful theme. With everyone exhibited a lot of poise and came up with a lot of ideas. Two takeaways for me today was what Anand mentioned today. Leadership revolves around, leadership is built around narratives. So that is one thing I think it echoes with whatever we do on a daily basis. And the other thing was Toastmaster Meghna, who said, who interpreted the theme in a very different way. She said changes can be either a chance or a choice. So again, that's a beautiful way of interpreting the theme and the beautiful way of interpreting a life in general. So with this, I'm sure you have the voting links. Please do vote. And because I have to write the certificates, I will hand it over back to our president, Toastmaster Santosh. Please speak some words and call the guests for.
Want me to speak some words or sentences?
Speak a few words and then.
Okay, few words. I'll give all of you a clue. So that, right, all right, perhaps. Any clue what I'm referring to? Yes, that's okay. But why only these 5 words? So that, right, all right, perhaps. No clue? These were some of the words which are generally evaluated, used again and again, again and again. Apart from and ums.
That is for you. He missed the laugh. It's for you.
I was obeying our Toast and Popeye's order, no? Speak some words. Speak some words. Nimisha, you are a good speaker when you come prepared. Okay, as the voting is going on, few announcements I would like to make. Our division contest is just around the corner on Saturday, 26th of April. This is the winner still not revealed, right, Shalini? It will be mostly easy. It should be easier only. So I want all of you, or some of you, to at least participate in the role takers. You can become a contest master, a contest chair, telecounter, only these 3, Shalini, timers.
They can become the, no, there is no pyramid.
No,
They can become sergeant at arms, contest chair, contest master.
In
The
our
only
machine.
thing is they cannot become voting judges because they are from the same division.
That's right. I didn't say voting judges. Anyone here who can take up the sergeant at arms? If you'd like to think over it and give names to Shalini. She'll pass it on to the. Huh? Huh? He should go to him.
Yes. VP is the Karta Zarta of the.
That's okay. Huh? VP.
Yes, sir.
VP
We can take up roles. I would request Meghna, Toastmaster Malvi, Toastmaster Rashmi to take up roles.
Yes.
All they need to do is reach out to DTM money.
So that is the only one announcement, I think so. 18 members have renewed their membership. Our guest today, Toastmaster, would be Toastmaster, Vinod. A few words from your side? Yes? I purposely told you that. Few words.
So I'm visiting here for the second time. I got to know it went to 4 visits. So I said I'll take advantage of all the 4 visits and then I'll tell you. And then I said something. In few words I said something. Very good environment. I said last time also. I would love to repeat it. Nothing. I want to be a part soon.
So Vinod, I have a request. I have a request. Our division director today told me to increase the membership to 20. We need 2 more members. We get 20. He has got some targets. Can you become a Toastmaster immediately? Take advantage later on. We'll give much more advantage. Think about it. This is a chance. It's a chance. Choice is yours. And I'm sure change will happen. Don't take too much of advantage.
We can still call him a guest.
As a guest, you'll not get any benefit.
Yeah.
So I call you Nimisha Deve for this. Next,
Santosh Shetty.
Can I complete? Nimisha is sponsor for the person.
He made it charge. He made it charge.
That is between you two. I cannot interfere in that. How about Madhu? What are your goals?
Starting a club in Goa.
He's from Goa. He's not from Bangalore.
So he can be the parent club. So join me and we start there.
Simple it is. Yes, Shalini.
I wanted to congratulate Toastmaster Meghna on behalf of the club. She went for the MC training program. So just the thing that we wanted to start, which you had asked me and Toastmaster Nimisha to do. So next week, we will have this mini education sessions. Today, I think the 4 minutes time was taken by the system ambassador, which would actually highlight the importance of the roles and how they need to be. We cannot just have long education sessions. Nimisha and me, big short 3 to 4 minutes.
KYR series. Know your rules. Know your rules. From next week.
That's
Right?
all.
Boba, you ready? Okay, take 2 seconds.
And please wish us all the best. 3 of us are going for the division contest. We bring all the lawyers to NITK by showcasing our best and God willing go to the district. 26th April. It's a Saturday.
Okay, today I think all of us spoke. Except one. Except two. Except Madhu and Mavi. Why? Habib? Huh? No, we come here. It doesn't matter. We come here, Madhu, you also. We come here.
We get a chance for the table topic.
But she was inviting you. You should come, huh? You should. Huh?
You missed the chance. Because of your choice.
So I'd like each and every one of you present to come up and speak. Today, Vikas Agarwal, he did 3 roles. 3 times he came up to the stage. Take a lead from him. He came up 3 times. He came up 3 times. Huh? 3 times he came. Okay, you ready?
3 times.
When he can come 3 times, we might be at least once. Huh? Pull up yourself. Pull yourself up. Huh? Come. Now for the votings.
We'll start with the best auxiliary road taker. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar for the timer.
Sir, please. नहीं तो किए क्या थे? Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
He actually spoke nothing. Everyone was within the time limit.
What will the best evaluator award? Any ideas? Yes, Toastmaster Chandra.
अयो कार्ड छोटा हो गया
ये अच्छा है।
Take a lens.
The best speaker award. So, what do you think the best speaker award? Should I call someone or you will take it?
Huh? Call.
Toastmaster Anand.
Call. क्या डोगरा बोला ना? Yes, sir.
The best table topic speaker, we actually have a tie. Toastmaster Sunit and our guest Madhusudan HR.
After you, sir.
You come next.
I have 2 hands again.
And finally, the best Toastmaster of the day.
TC master or GM master?
It felt like a school session where we did some mistake and she pointed at everyone and you should have done this, you should have done that. Toastmaster Nimisha.
Yes, Nimisha. Congratulations. Perhaps.
You change the name.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I adjourn meeting number 254. Join us for the snacks. Acha.